Hi. I'm having a hot flash. It's been a bit, like it always is. Quick update, and then I'm gonna tell you my plans for this week, because now I think everything's stable for a few days. Okay, so brain. Did I talk about brain? I had growth in my brain. I found that out right before Christmas, met with my radiation oncologist on Christmas Eve, and we decided that these spots are still pretty small, that we're going to just wait and watch. He also was concerned about over-treating me, so I'm kind of happy about that because I feel like that's a valid concern. I mean, I too wonder when I walk in the pet room if at some point they're going to be like, you've had a lot of doses of radiation. But I think I'm okay still. So we have that. So we're just going to wait. And shockingly, it's been long enough that now I'm having another brain scan on Monday the 18th. I was forgetting what day it was. Monday the 18th. So we'll see what's happened even in the last month to know if it's growing slow, growing fast. Hopefully we don't have any new spots. And I've felt okay other than I found out I had my PET scan and found out that my liver has grown. However, what's weird is my bones have gone down. So there's this, why is that the case? Because with any of this, I have breast cancer. It's just finding new places and new homes. So no matter where this is, it's still breast cancer cells. It's just breast cancer in my bones, breast cancer in my liver. So one would think, or what should happen is the chemo should just work. And it reduced my bone mets, but it didn't reduce the liver. So now we're trying to figure out why that's the case. Fingers as crossed as I can get them. We're hoping that it's mutated into either hormone negative or HER2 positive. More HER2 positive, really. So fingers crossed that's the case, because then we have a lot more drug options. If that's not the case, then I don't know what we do. So I go in Tuesday to talk to my doctor and find out kind of what's the lowdown and what the plan is. But during that time, it's getting harder and harder to keep having bad news. Like I'm just kind of back down this it's just difficult to continue to get bad news and just feel like, okay. So one very sweet thing that came out of it was my sister reached out to me. Well, I actually reached out to her one of the days I had a panic attack, mental breakdown on the same day. Well, it was like 3 days long. But I called her on the last day and I was like, because my mom was here, and I was like, Mom and Jason, and I just lost my shit. When in reality, I know what the problem is. I got my results, wasn't able to process them, and I was being too, I'm getting cabin fever, as I'm sure a lot of people are. I did take my Christmas tree down today, but we decided to leave those up for Valentine's Day because that's where the kids do school. However, so what great thing is my sister said, I'm taking the kids for a week. You need some time off because you're going to lose your shit more than you already have. And even with COVID going on, I was like, done. Yep. Great idea. Thank you. Take them. So my mom ended up renting a car. And she took them yesterday morning. So they got to my sister's, who they call Iggy. They got to Iggy's last night. And I told my sister, I'm like, listen, I don't care. Like, they have to get on 3 times a day. I was like, make them get on. I care more about their mental health this week than anything. So I just told my sister, I'm like, she's got chickens. She lives in the city, but she's got chickens. And she just got babies the other day, like literally brand new babies. And then she has this balloon business where she makes arches. And so now she's going to have the kids sort the balloons and put them in, you know, my OCD kid will love this. But it's been very weird because it's just me and Jason in the house. And we were sitting here last night and I said, this house just feels huge now. Like, it just feels huge, just the two of us. I'm going to talk about one more thing and then I'm going to go. No, I have 2 more things. And then I'm going to go and I will have plenty of content. We're going to talk kids. If I do nothing else, I'm talking kids. That will maybe be tomorrow. I have a couple books that we were recommended that I bought. I have tips on that. But here's one thing that I want to tell all my stage 4s, because I know that, I mean, Jesus Louise, this COVID has been long. My doctor, I think a lot of people are wondering, first off, I lost someone that I used to work with at UP to COVID, and the whole situation sucks. This whole COVID situation sucks. But what I hate the worst is this whole like survivor's guilt of, I mean, what I've told my doctor, and I completely agree with, is I've had 5 years, on the 21st, it'll be 5 years of retirement and enjoying my kids and my animals, who, this, just so you know, is not common. This is my little rag doll cuddling up with me. Do you love how I made everything sideways? Anyway, kids are in Omaha. Growth, starting to do treatment. We don't know what. Oh, so I had to have a liver biopsy. That was yesterday. No, that was Wednesday. Then they left Thursday. Knock on wood, that turned out perfectly. I haven't had any side effects from it. The first time I had, I found out this week that what had happened, my first liver biopsy, is I remember being awake for like too awake for the surgery, and apparently I took too deep a breath and I somehow moved and the needle ripped my liver, and so they filled it with some crap, like some gel mesh stuff. But anyway, I probably tore it. I mean, I had a 2-year-old that I probably picked up, who knows. So we're definitely taking it easier this time. Sorry, my throat is a hot mess. What else was I going to say? Oh, for my stage 4 girls, COVID. I'm not that high. That's the problem, is my brain can't focus. Get a hobby. Do something. My oncologist gives me the impression that I'm not having the COVID vaccination anytime soon. So I'm trying to think of just, activities. My husband for Christmas bought me the best gift for me. It's through monthly.com, and it's a 30-day baking class with Christina Tossi from Milk Bar in New York, and I think there's one in LA too. Anyway, it's an online course. I made my cookies tonight. I should show you girls, because everybody will wonder. We had to make our own recipe of cookies. So I made mine today. They are right there. So I made a Rice Chex Crunch. She normally makes a cornbread crunch, but this is Rice Chex Crunch. Don't you love that we seriously have the taco truck girl on? She's on her fridge. That's a bad problem. My husband's addicted. Anyway, 30-day class, and I love it. I love baking. It's a passion. Adore it. So this has been amazing. But get on there, find something else to do. I think several people have kind of been posting on Facebook, like, what do we do now? Like, what can we do that's not expensive, but safe? So anyway, Jason has a training class this week. I am starting pie segment of my class. So I'm going to be baking some pies, but we're going to talk kids. I've just been really thinking about kids ever since I heard of my railroad guy dying, because I felt like they were not prepared for this at all. I mean, he's my age. So, it just breaks my heart that so many of these kids need therapy or need the ability to process a lot of these big issues. And man, with COVID, I mean, I have a hard enough time explaining things like this to my children. I can't imagine having to do a COVID situation. But anyway, I want to talk about kids a lot. So we're going to do that this week while Jason's at work and I don't have any kids here. So we'll just have to deal with dog barking, which is easy peasy. Okay, everybody have a great night. I hope everybody's doing well, physically, mentally. It's been tough. I seriously think my husband might have taken a shower and is now in the bath. Blaring the music, by the way. Okay. Also, let me show you what you got me for Christmas, because I know you guys are like, oh, what'd you get for Christmas? I got things that I'm going to use. I got a new, this is a Puffco Peak. It's for my resins and stuff. One, it's so pretty, but two, yes, there's a big difference between this and the Puffco Peak. Plus it lights up and does disco. Love it. I need to do more edibles. I've got to get something in my liver because we've got to nip that in the bud. So anyway, just want to give a quick update. I'll keep you guys informed. We'll for sure talk Tuesday after I get my next steps, and we'll go from there. So everybody have a good weekend. Be safe. FaceTime people. Get something out of your norm. Pick up a hobby. Go out walking. Do something. This mental stuff is tough. So, love you guys.